Dear diary, public diary that is, because it's been published. It's the only diary I make. So what's the point in making a diary if nobody's going to read it? Except yourself. My memory is my diary of my life. So, what's the diary today? First thing I was thinking about, not tonight actually, because my brain isn't working until about 10 p.m. Takes me a long time. Is that somebody used a phrase which I actually used myself to greet me. Hello, Ex Monk Ruesi, Ajahn Spencer. So Ex Monk Ruesi. And I always get my own personal little humorous thought to it, even though I use the phrase myself. So when somebody takes it and uses it back, obviously I use it myself, so people respectfully use it back. Dear Ex Monk Ruesi. So why do I say Ex Monk Ruesi? Oh, Ex Monk because I disrobed, of course. And why do I say Ex Ruesi? Well, I say that more to not confuse people, really. Because if you see me make a video about cybersecurity or a video about human rights, and then I make 3 videos about amulets and something about a yant, I'm going to go silent for a month or just complain on Facebook because I'm just a normal human and not feeling very spiritual or meditative in that particular phase. And then I might go back to being very, very meditative and feeling very spiritual and being very connected with my practice. So, what is an Ex Ruesi? If you become a Ruesi, you learn practices and learn how to use your mind and to perform certain sciences and arts and crafts. The Ruesi, there is a Ruesi for engineering, for arts, for crafts, for sciences, all forms of knowledge. Ruesi like to practice all the forms of wisdom and knowledge. So, what is an Ajahn? Ajahn comes from Acharya, which is Acharya means teacher. And actually Acharya, a shorter Acharya, not Acharya, means genius in Thai. So quite similar, the words for genius and the word for teacher. But that will root to our ancient past when we had less words in the dictionary and one word was used for things that we have 30 words for now. Because as language develops more complex, we get more confused with more complex abstract concepts and conditioned ideas. So, am I an Ex Ruesi and an Ex Monk? Well, technically yes, but what I find ironic and funny is actually I'm an Ex Ruesi because I don't wear a tiger skin all day and I don't sit in an ashram with lots of disciples, and a real Ruesi doesn't do that anyway, unless he's become so attained in the forest that somehow somebody saw him, and these real meditating disciples who also live in the forest and give everything up go and sit around him and follow him, and and stay at his ashram. Ashram means actually just the lodging of a hermit. It doesn't mean a place where you can go and pay for a meditation course and practice yoga. Asom or ashram means the house or the home of a hermit, the hut, a hermit's hut, a hermit's house. So an ashram is not a money-making registered business. It's the home of a hermit. Am I a hermit? Damn well I am. Damn right. I spend most of my time in solitude or with my wife and avoiding crowds and avoiding humans and seeking solitude and silence and knowledge, and with books and with nature and with herbology, and finding how to cure remedies is one of my more recent interests. which was one of my lesser interests when I was fully ordained as Monk Ruesi. When I was in my time where you would see me more often in a tiger skin. That doesn't mean I don't put it on. Some days I'm not going to photograph myself always, but there's days you don't see me. There's days you'll see me, I'll do a video, you'll see me driving a Harley up the road dressed like a biker. Because I am, or, you don't, if I was a biker before I became a monk, yeah? Well, I'm going to stop being one after. But I might, the days I don't post anything, and all of the stuff I don't post, I might spend my whole day deciding, okay, today I'm just going to focus on the life and thoughts of a Lucy. I don't have any worldly tasks I have to do. I can be a Lucy for today, even if I can't tomorrow. If you can, you become a monk for 20 years and then disrobe. Some great monks became 30 years a monk and then disrobed and became a lay master. So when they disrobed, everything they learned how to practice as a monk, did they stop practicing it? Nope. But it became harder to practice because it's easier as a monk. You have less priorities to worry about and more time to focus on it, and your life is forced to focus on it anyway because you're a monk. So it becomes just more of a challenge, but you're not going to throw away everything you developed during your time as a monk and a Lucy officially in the costume. So if you take off the costume, if you learn how to act on a Shakespearean level, and then you lose your actor's license because somebody powerful in the acting business makes you lose your license, or you didn't pay for it, you didn't renew it, does that mean you can't act? No, it doesn't. And if you've never been in a movie and you don't have an actor's license, does that mean you can't act? Or if you've never had a singing contract or never been in a band, does that mean you can't sing? No. There's some people who like that who can sing better than a lot of people who already have platinum records out, to be honest, because they have auto-tune to help them, and producers and mixers and special effects and stuff, and backup bands. Yeah. So if you learn how to be aware of yourself to a certain level, and you don't really want to lose that once you get it, even if you disrobe, are you going to really throw away or stop practicing what you have already worked so hard to develop? No. So what does it matter if you're a monk, a Lucy, an ex-monk, or a ex-Lucy, or an engineer or a retired engineer? A retired engineer probably knows more than somebody who's just 3 years into engineering and still professionally active. And so an ex-Lucy who hasn't stopped learning and still continues with the same mind he had as a Lucy doesn't stop advancing. You just stopped declaring yourself as, I work at McDonald's as a burger flipper, or I'm a Lucy, or I'm a monk, or I'm a this or that, or I'm an Ajan, or I'm a this or that, I'm a fencer, I'm a Spencer. Well, I'm a total menace, like Dennis. I'm a captain, I'm a pirate, I'm Mr. Ben. I put on my fancy dress every day and I'm something else. It's not what you wear, yeah? You are what you think, you are what you feel, and you are not what other people see you as, except to them, but not to you. Yeah. So you can make what you want of that, but I would say it's all conditioned, and what matters is how far have you got? Do you know what you know? And ask yourself that if you learned how to cook like a Michelin chef and you were working in a restaurant and then you just won the lottery and retired, would that mean that you didn't know how to cook anymore and that you would stop cooking like a Michelin chef? Nah. Of course it doesn't. So if you learned how to make magic, empower, meditate, make amulets, chant prayers, meditate, do jhana, uh, different things you can do, yeah? For example, learn how to control elemental powers, or not that these are important, yeah? What's important is to let go of even those and become arahant, of course, fully purified mind and heart. But you find these things out on the way. Even the Buddha said that, I think it's in the Abhidhamma as well, the Abhidharma, that you cannot circumvent the 6 apinya powers happening within you, arising within you on the path to arahantship or to Buddhahood, awakening, full awakening and purification of mind. They just happen as side effects. Yeah, but you shouldn't get hung up on them or think that you're Superman with some special power or something, that like the power to know the future, the ability, not the power, the ability to know the hearts of others, know the thoughts, to see things coming, all sorts of things. Yeah. Anyway, from me, Ex Monk Ruesi, Ajahn Spencer, the imaginary person you're listening